And we begin with an issue impacting thousands of people in our community. A mother is calling for lower insulin prices after her son died. Alec was forced to ration his insulin, ultimately leading to his death. And everybody knows someone who has been affected by diabetes, but until you go through it, you may not understand just how costly it all is.
This story is generating quite a conversation on the 11 Alive Facebook page right now. Alec's story has been reaching more than 200,000 people on Facebook with hundreds of comments. And the common themes we're seeing: outrage and people wanting something done about this. And a lot of powerful people are hearing the calls for action to drive climbing prices down. Let's go to 11 Alive's John Schierick.
This is no less than life or death for millions of Americans living with diabetes who need insulin to survive. There is no alternative to insulin.
Affordable insulin is a right.
The Mother's Day plea from Nicole Smith Holt, the latest horror story about insulin prices, telling the world what happened to her 26-year-old son Alec this past June. She had no idea until it was too late that Alec was having to ration his insulin that was costing him between $1,000 and $2,000 a month. And June 1st, Alec reached the limits of his health insurance policy.
He was actually found dead in his apartment on June 27th. So he lasted 27 days not being covered.
In fact, the latest study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association is now 2 years old, and it shows that the average price of insulin in the U.S. per milliliter tripled between 2002 and 2013. On our Facebook post about Alec, more horror stories, outrage, pleas for help. It's either eat or buy insulin. This scares me to death, says the mom of a type 1 boy. She says she's often awake at night worried about costs. Last week, the Senate Committee on Aging heard from the father of a boy with diabetes. Paul Grant says he panicked in January when the price of his son's insulin tripled.
I purchased it on a credit card. I borrowed insulin from friends.
The American Diabetes Association has launched a campaign for affordable insulin, calling for a congressional investigation into the 3 insulin manufacturers and their profit margins. Those 3 drug companies are not disclosing their profit margins, but say they're trying to limit price increases and help patients have access to insulin.
It is a complicated supply chain, and discounts where they exist are not reaching patients. And there are no generic versions of insulin, which, like so many other prescription drugs, continue to skyrocket in price. But the push has never been stronger to bring those prices down.
John, a lot of people want to see those profit margins. With more than 3,000 shares of this story from the 11 Alive Facebook page, we know this is striking a nerve with so many of you. We invite you to continue that conversation on our Facebook page. You can read more about Alec's story on 11alive.com.